Have you ever had students who come to lesson and they have not practiced? What do you do when you have made a careful lesson plan and you have great activities ready, but your students are not prepared? Hi, I'm Kay Lowry, and today I have a solution for you for something you can do when your students have not practiced. And that solution is multi-level ensembles. Why multi-level ensembles? Well, when you use multi-level ensembles, whether in private or group lessons, you are actually teaching them to play the piano, which is what we're getting paid to do. Another reason to use multi-level ensembles is that they are fun and they teach different skills that we are always trying to build: listening, counting, teamwork. So whether you are a group teacher or a private teacher, you can benefit from having some multi-level ensembles ready in your studio for those moments when your students have not practiced. But what is a multi-level ensemble? It can be from 2 to 3 to even 5 different parts that play together, and they are written on different levels. Now, the way I compose multi-level ensembles for my students is as follows. I like for one student or the teacher to have the melody all the way through. And then I like for another student to have a bass line so that they can just concentrate on one note. And then I like the part 2 or the middle part to have some harmony and a little rhythm to encourage some motor skill control. So how would this work? If you are a group teacher and you have students who haven't practiced, you can use a multi-level ensemble to help your students to know a part that maybe they haven't worked on, such as this type of a score. Now, your students wouldn't see this combined score, but you might have a student in your group who hasn't worked on the melody. And maybe you have another student who has worked on part number 1, the bass part. So why not let them trade parts and see if the person who has already learned their part could learn a different part? Great skill in a group class. But what if you are a private teacher? Here's how you can use a song that I wrote, Five Fat Turkeys Are We. It's a song I adapted from the days I taught in classroom music, and kids love this song. There are many other examples that we could use. So let's take a look at what is the melody for Five Fat Turkeys. It goes like this. Five fat turkeys are we slept all night in a tree. When the cook came around, we couldn't be found, so that's why we're here, you see. That is the melody of our song. And if your student hasn't practiced, if they are of a certain level, maybe they could sight read and even learn that very quickly. Maybe if your student is a brand new beginner, you introduce the song by singing it together, and then you let them play the accompaniment. So for a brand new beginner, I recommend part 3, and you can see that it's going to be whole notes and half notes, and it outlines either the 1 or the 4 or the 5 chord harmony. This is helpful because kids need to learn how to hear the bass part. So as they go along, they will be learning to just play one note. They can learn it by rote, but then you, as the teacher, can play the melody. And that would look like this. I would be playing at least one octave higher, and I would have my student down here play in this range. And you can adapt these octaves to what works for you. And I would have them play. 5 turkeys are we slept all night in a tree. When the cook came around, we couldn't be found, so that's why we're here, you see. And I would work on counting and rhythm and teamwork. What if your student might be a little bored with part 3? You can introduce this middle part, and they can learn patterning from left to right, counting, and then they would play along. Now, I'm just going to sing the melody and play this harmony part. If a student is playing part 2, they would play 5 fat turkeys are we slept all night in a tree. When the cook came around, we couldn't be found, so that's why we're here, you see. Right. Now, if you have several students, you can put them all together, but if you're doing private, maybe you rotate and you have them learn one part one week and another part another week. So the motor skills, the listening, the teamwork, the counting, it's fun and they will enjoy it. You might even be able to put all of this together in an ensemble to perform for parents or to make a post for social media. So what are the benefits? They are fun multi-level ensembles. They're versatile. They're effective. You can use these anytime if your student hasn't practiced or even as a reward for practicing, and see the result yourself. You can find lots of ensembles at my store, pianomusicforkids.com, under the Ensemble tab. And I will link up where to find these below this video. I want to thank you as a group of piano teachers for listening to my video. Keep subscribing and following me so I can give you more tips and resources. And I want to let you know that you're making a big difference in kids' lives. Whether they practice or not, you're keeping them going in their musical journey, and that's very important.